This is a resume review of a AI engineer. So also, if you all like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. I really appreciate it. It really does help. The algorithm is a fickle beast that I do not understand. But this person, as an AI engineer, has applied to 10 positions and gotten no interviews, which is not enough of a sample size. Could be a fantastic resume, could be a bad resume. We don't know yet. That's not enough. Typically, you really want like 150 apps to really start knowing where you stand. So what we're going to be looking for is, and this is a nightmare for me to say, AI, ML, LLM, NLP. So anything regarding to AI. Python and any other language. Python seemed to be the most popular, but it's, there are others. API, cloud, any cloud is good. Docker, SQL, any SQL is good. Terraform, your degree, and then TensorFlow, PyTorch, Keras, or Caffe. Also, maybe Kubernetes, but there may be one or two I'm missing, but this is going to be the overall that we're going to be looking for. This was the most common one. So, designed a scalable Python API, good. For metadata handling, improving search relevance with OpenAI's vector embedding. See, here's the thing. This is why this is a good sentence, is I don't know what the heck this means, but I do know that they used Python API and AI to do something and to do this, which the manager should know. I won't, because this is beyond my knowledge. The only language I know is English, and even then, sometimes that is suspect. So built an asynchronously containerized Flask API with Celery and Docker, perfection, for seamless integration with client application. Developed and implemented a RAG pipeline and allowed to contextual automation to deliver critical. I'm not sure if this has any keywords and thus could be deleted, but maybe I'm missing one. But that's a minor nitpick. Built dynamic module SQL, perfect. Rigid JSON, I did see that one or two. PostSQL. Honestly, you might be moved forward on this alone. I don't even know if I need to go. I kind of found everything I needed here. Unless the only exception would be if they're looking for a very specific section of AI. But yeah, this is good. Let's see, with OpenAI's vector embedding, has AI, ragtime on that, okay. Block hack of the year, okay. Developed next year was great. So this one is, I have an issue with because there's nothing really here. This is full stack. I don't see anything here. Honestly, you should probably... So here's the thing, and I'm not sure if this is even going to matter, is I don't have anything I need in this, but this is basically perfection. So I would start adding some more stuff, just like regular coding stuff here in case they need something more specific. But I think you basically got most all of these. You should put your education at the top, especially if you graduated this year. So this should be in one line, maybe two max, and this should be at the very top because you just graduated and that's important. But yeah, honestly, this is a very solid resume, and I think once the market starts again, which is in mid-January, you're gonna be fine. You just need a little bit more here. I don't know how competitive this specific niche of software is, but I really love this. This is actually how you write your bullet points. You just didn't do it in this one, which I think is kind of funny, but this is great. Just do what you did here for this. So that's this review. Let's go on to the next one. I really like this. This is a full stack web developer. They have applied to 100 jobs and gotten 0 interviews, which is not good. But again, November, December, that metric doesn't really work. So maybe this is good. Maybe it's bad. Maybe they just picked the wrong time to apply. We're going to see. So they also sent me a note that kind of confused me for a second, but they have a paused unfinished degree at the top of their resume, which is why they didn't do that. So that I may have to judge and give some advice later, but right now I'm going to have to do based on what I see. So they were going to look for TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, extra language, Python or C or Java, and Git. Usually it's going to be Python, but sometimes they want some of the others. So let's look. So they have the languages. I will say these are the correct language. These are the correct skills. I'm not a fan of this because if you're doing a skill section, do it like this, but I'm still never been a fan of skill sections. Also, this formatting is off. This says 2024 February to July. I assume you mean July 2024. Please do the numbers. You really do want to do the numbers for that. It looks weird otherwise. So just, Feb 2024 to July 2024 is fine. Developed all full stack features for a travel project using TypeScript, React, Redux, Node, Tailwind. That's solid. That's good. Research and integrate 8-party APIs. Travel to studio, recruit to ChatGPT for measure cost of living info. Yeah, that's solid. I like it. Schedule cron and AJS just post-SQL, creating a monthly update with cache. Yeah, that's good. Honestly, this is solid. So here's something I do wonder. Obviously, and I don't know this for sure. Obviously, you're going to scrub your personal information. You do not want this to be on video. Clearly, I don't blame you. I don't want it to be either. But I don't know if there's actually space for your phone number. If a recruiter can't get your phone number, there is a high likelihood they may not move forward with you. So this resume looks okay, and it may just be the time you applied, which again, December is metrics are nightmares in December. But I'm wondering if you actually have the correct contact information, because that may be an issue. In addition, if you are a U.S. citizen, you really should put first name, last name, phone number, email, LinkedIn, or get whatever. You know, the third one is wild. Then U.S. citizen, located in, and city and state. If you are. But yeah, these aren't bad. I actually think these are solid. Truthfully, the market's competitive, and I'm wondering if... So here's the question. Third year, not having this would hurt your chances, but you don't want to lie. So if you're still ongoing with it, I would just put it expected graduation date. If you quit, then don't do that. But that my actual biggest concern is I wonder if you didn't put your actual phone number or your email isn't correct. But otherwise, the actual resume is okay. I don't think it's bad. It's just highly competitive. And one internship is going to be tough to get a job regardless. But you wrote the correct stuff for full stack. So I think this may be some other issue than a basic formatting. Check your contact information. And again, maybe it's just you picked the wrong time to apply. December is a nightmare. There's like nothing that happens until the middle of January. So this is expected. So yeah, let me know in the comments, because there's something more to this and I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. This is a ML software engineer. The keywords are going to be a nightmare, and it's going to honestly feel like saying the Pokemon rap, because it's going to be AI, ML, Docker, LangChain, Chroma, Pinecone, Cloud, any cloud, REST API, SQL, primary language, usually going to be Python. ML Ops, seen that in a bunch of them. ETL, DevOps, CIC, CD, Git, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Pikachu, Hitmonchan, Gengar, I don't know. But yeah, there's probably more that I'm not having here, but this is going to be the gist of what I'm looking for. Basically, it's got to show that you have a bunch of AI. It's got to show the language. It's got to show some of the key ones with, you know, the AI, and then ML Ops, Git, REST, API, that kind of thing are very popular along with SQL. So this person has applied to 100 jobs, hasn't gotten any interviews, not good. But again, it's December-ish. Well, now it's January 1st when I'm reviewing this, but still, the market doesn't really pick up again until the 7th, so at best. But let's see what we've got with this. I'm a software development graduate with hands-on in Python, machine learning, computer vision, proficient tools. I don't like any of this. So I don't know how else to say this, but they don't care that you're passionate about a subject typically. If they are, you don't want to say you're passionate. You have to show how. So this entire thing can be deleted. Programming language. This is, again, this can also be all deleted. Yeah, this can also be deleted. It's too long. If you're going to keep this, make it at 3 lines max. And I do appreciate that you only had really like 1 to 2 languages, but still, none of this is going to really help. So you're going to put it in the projects with how you've done it. So let's see. This also, if you just, so here's the problem. This can all be deleted. This is fine. You just, yeah, 2025, graduated, that's cool. So now we can do your actual projects. Having the link there isn't a bad idea for a project, because the recruiter will never look at it, but if you get past the first interview, the manager might want to take a look at it. So developed an advanced and per system using OpenCV and Python, and a custom train model based on the YOLOV. I don't see anything I like. I see API. Improve the vehicle integration through the YOLO model. Okay, no, don't care. Develop the 2D editor using Java. Okay, network model, game environment, integrating the model to AI-driven control. What kind of AI? What kind are we doing with? Are we doing ML, AI, LLM, NLP? Okay, develop data management using React, Node.js, Express, MongoDB. Okay, so this actually is fine. So here's the thing. People are gonna be like, why are you gonna keep your chef and assistant porter thing? And the point is, it shows they worked them for about 1.5 years and another about 1 year. That's actually good. You want to show that you work a job. So this is actually fine to have, even though the bullet points are not going to be relevant. The fact is, you worked there for a certain number of time, and that shows that you're not going to immediately bounce. My problem with this resume is I have to go all the way down here to find the first thing I'm looking for. And that's Python, which is not even going to be the biggest one we're going to look for. So this resume will not get through. I know this. These need to be in the bullet points. If you have other projects, that's fine. This is a fine way of writing it. Utilized or used. I just think used is better. Used React, Node.js, Express, and MongoDB to create an interface for real-time effect management. Even though these are not the keywords I'm looking for, this is how you write them. But I have the only thing I found that is useful in this resume is Python here, and API here, and React here, and AI right here. So you have to burn this all down and restart. Weirdly enough, I think you should keep these, and I think they're in the proper place. So this is correct. This is where you should actually keep this. Because again, it shows that you've worked at a place for longevity, which is what managers like. So the bullet points are fine. You don't need to do anything with bullets here, but I would very much recommend use the resume template on my website and do that. This should all be deleted, and then you need to write your projects with bullet points that we're actually going to be looking for, which is this stuff. So I don't want to be mean. I don't know how else to help, because it's tough. The hardest job search you're ever going to have is the one right after college. That's a truth. Getting your first 2 years experience, even in a good market, which this is not a good market, is hard as hell. And you're in an uphill climb, and this resume is not going to be helping you. So I don't think you got 100 to 0 because of the time of the year you applied. I think you got 100 to 0 because the resume doesn't give anything. This is a resume that doesn't give me anything. And I don't know what YOLO V8 is. I looked at a couple of job descriptions. I didn't see YOLO V8. So yeah, I want this stuff, right? So any of the clouds, API, SQL, and I want you to write them like this, because this is your best bullet point in the whole damn resume. This one right here. And I have to scroll all the way down. And what's really going to happen is the recruiter's going to go here. Okay, cool, whatever. They don't see it here, and they're probably going to stop here. And then they're going to reject you. So rewrite this resume. Use my template, please, please, please. It is basic and boring because that works. Flashy doesn't work. So let's move on to the last resume. This is a resume of a full stack software engineer. Is that right? Yes, that is right. They've applied to 200 positions and gotten 1 interview back. Not good. But again, it depends on when they applied. If that ratio holds true for the rest of the year before November, that's horrible. If it's just because you did a huge batch of interviews in December, it would make sense, because again, it's hard to tell how many things are going to happen in December. So saying that, let's look at this. We're going to be looking for, as per usual, TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, SQL, React, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, extra language, most likely going to be Python, and Git. So there's a lot of empty space in this. Bachelor's of Science, minor math. This could be 1 line. Software engineer intern, company place. Again, this could be 1 line. This doesn't need to be 2. Developed company website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Perfect. In Magneto. What about Nightcrawler, Wolverine, or Jane Grey? Why don't they get a language? Improving functionality and UX. That's actually a fine sentence. So, automated pricing analysis using Python, Selenium, Beautiful Soup. I hate IT names. What the hell is Beautiful Soup? Like, I can't tell if someone is making fun of me in half of these. Like, that's my issue. Like, I get HTML and CSS. They could throw, I have never heard of Magneto. I've never heard of Beautiful Soup. lowering research time for product, visual data for NumPy, solid, and Madeline, delivering actual for pricing strategy, addressed APIs, solid, design workflow, hubs, okay. So this one, not a huge one, but here's my problem. This isn't terrible. I'm missing TypeScript, and full stack TypeScript is very important. I do like that you have HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's good. I also like that you have UX, which can be one, but I'm missing Angular, I'm missing Node, I'm missing SQL. Truthfully, I think SQL is one of the big ones that you're missing, along with anything cloud or CI/CD. So those things are not helping. Now, project-wise, Java, Spring Boot, that's fine. React, HTML, CSS, and TypeScript, fine. Establish a REST API using MySQL, perfect. And Hibernate, yeah. This isn't terrible. I honestly think it's probably when you started applying, which is if you graduated here and then applied, like, again, November, December is the dead months in recruiting. There's practically nothing that goes on during that time. So I don't think this is terrible. I think you could maybe pump this up a bit. Like, I want more SQL up front, rather, because it's very possible that someone may not get to this part of the resume and your formatting is off, that it's harder to read it, which is not good. So please use the formatting on my website. It's just Arial 10.5 for everything except for the name and number and stuff. So, and don't bold all this with lines. It's harder to read. I don't know what the hell beautiful soup is. Someone please tell me in the comments what beautiful soup is. Lowering research time. Yeah, I'm just missing a couple of things, which is mainly SQL from the first half, because again, it's possible they may not go down here. Hopefully they do. I'm missing Angular, I'm missing Node, I'm missing Agile, CI/CD, and anything cloud related, which hopefully you have done some, because it doesn't count if it's here, right? It only counts if it's here. So that's my review. I don't think this is a terrible resume, but it's incredibly compact, the market right now. It's hard as hell. So you're really going to need everything you can, because your hardest search is going to be the one right after college. That held true in a good market. Getting your first 2 years is super tough, and this is not a good market. So please do those changes, and let me know your ratio in the new year, because again, it could just be the time you're applying. 100 to 200 to 1 is bad, but if it's like in the middle of December where you did most of those, you may not get a call. You may not get callbacks for those for interviews until January anyway. So that's my final review of this video, not the stream. I will see you all in the next video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell people you're like, yeah, I guess I know them. I'm here to help you all get jobs.